The Dangers of Simps and Incels by Grimy. Let's get into it.
Would you do something strange for a piece of change? Now, if you're someone who has something what I like to call morals, you'd probably decline that quicker than my debit card declines at restaurants. But nowadays, trying to find a person with morals and principles is like trying to find a brain cell in a high school locker room. And with the accelerated growth of OnlyFans and digital prostitution, it seems that people are slowly but surely degrading and demeaning themselves for a quick buck. At this point, having an OnlyFans is about as common as having a pair of Timbs in New York. And the goonerish tendencies of some of these people wandering the streets really got me questioning when God is going to flood the earth again. But in the words of David Aldridge, we have lost the impact of shame in our society. So today, we'll be discussing some of the most ineffectual and dismaying individuals who for some reason can't stop airdropping currency to these digital Jezebels, as well as some of the ruinous and counterproductive repercussions that has come with this influx of OnlyFans. Comment down below.
I like that. Jezebels. I'm going to add that to my vocab. But nah, bro, I'm not even going to lie. Before we even get into it, bro, like, I'm not going to lie. The internet is finding a new way to make prostitution okay on the daily. Like, there are so many different ways on the internet that they are condoning prostitution. It's crazy.
The most down bad or desperate occurrence that you've ever seen in your life, and like and subscribe if you're new. The first thing that we gotta talk about is this Sophie Rain situation. Now, as someone who has no social media on their phone besides YouTube, it took me a little longer to become enlightened about the Hall of Fame hussy that is Sophie Rain. But apparently she's going viral right now because she's accumulated a spine-shattering $43,477,695.01 from splitting her legs open like a horny pair of scissors or something. Now, as someone who's pretty familiar with the internet and knowing damn well you can't believe everything that you see on it, I call it baloney. There's no way men have descended that far from God's grace, right? Because let's be transparent here, most of the people who are subscribed to her page are probably men. But lo and behold, she showed receipts from her payroll from the past year, and I was met with instant disillusionment. Men used to go to war, chop down trees, hunt animals, build forts, hit the Quan. Now they're out here giving NBA contracts to online thoughts for some pixelated coochie. Oh, how the mighty have fallen. I don't even like spending money on food, so I couldn't possibly comprehend investing any amount of my funds into this shit, bro. I'll literally wait until my cabinets are emptier than an apocalyptic store before I go restock, bro. But to put the cherry on top, 10% of her earnings came from one nigga. Bro was really dropping more bread than a clumsy baker. He was in this bitch pouring his heart out like some spoiled milk or something. This nigga gotta be a crypto scammer or something, because who has $4 million just to throw away on OnlyFans? But the scary thing is that this dick donut probably feels entitled to her because he's bestowing all this money upon her. Yet he's never gonna have any physical contact with her at all.
All that for a drop of...
And the craziest thing about dudes like this is, what they have to understand is, she's smashing a guy who didn't even spend a 1% of what you just spent. She's probably smashing a guy who she met at some type of outing, or he probably DM'd her. He looked good, and he has good personality and good game. It's actually crazy.
But the mournful thing about this is the fact that half the people out there subscribed to her are probably grown men who are married or in relationships in general. And I already know there's gonna be some white knight ass niggas hooting and hollering talking about, why do you care what she's done? She's making money, you're just jealous. My nigga, shut your pie hole. I was taught that all money isn't good money. I don't care if I'm making generational wealth. I'll never go against my morals or ethics for some money. I don't give a damn. Not to mention the fact that this girl is only 20 years old. Like, I'm only 8 months older than her, bro. It's really crazy to think that she's so young and has already touched more chicken than a wholesale butcher. It really goes to show the type of things that people deem as valuable in today's society. You got teachers and social workers barely making ends meet or having to work multiple jobs, yet there's people who can just show their meat curds on the internet and be well off. That's why I'm forever and grateful to blessed to be in this position, because it's not like I'm out here finding a cure to cancer or solving world hunger. I just make dumbass videos on the internet and hope that y'all like them. I'm not doing anything special. And as easy as it is to point all our fingers at these OnlyFans girls, we really got to start questioning the behavior.
Nah, bro, I think you should. I think her name is Grimy. Grimy, you should give yourself more credit, bro, because you are bringing awareness to real world problems. Like, I know, like, Simps and Incels isn't as big as world hunger and like the wars. I get it. But what I'm saying is, like, videos like this can help save a lot of guys from like self-deletion and just other stuff like that. Like, just bringing awareness to stuff like this, because nobody really talks about men's mental health that much.
Behavior of some of these men out here, because let's be honest, if niggas stop funding this bullshit, then most of these thoughts will stop making this type of nefarious content. You know, supply and demand. How many of these people are really making OnlyFans content for the love of the game? If there weren't a bunch of Lenny Baxters funding this shit, there would be a significant drop in the amount of creators on this website. Money is truly the root of all evil, and it's really crazy to see how people will stoop to levels lower than the nether in order to obtain it. And then she's got the nerve to come out and say that she's a virgin and a devout Christian. Yeah, alright, nigga, and I'm Michael B. Jordan. Now, I'm not Christian, but I'm gonna go on a limb and say having and promoting an OnlyFans isn't exactly holy. But what do I know? In this situation, isn't gonna do anything besides encourage other people who are maybe fresh out of high school or maybe in their early to mid 20s to start making this kind of content, thinking they can accumulate more money than Scrooge McDuck, bro. Like, y'all remember when Bad Baby booted up on OnlyFans the moment she turned 18 and racked up $1 million in 6 hours? The niggas that's
The sick part about this is, bro, these are a bunch of old men who were preying on this girl since she was probably like, what, 13, 14, and they were just waiting for the day so they could see her. Like, think about it. Like, if she would have came out the blue at like 18, 19, and nobody would have doomed her, and they bought it, I mean, it's still sick, but it's one thing. But you've been wanting to see her. You've been fetishizing her.
Subscribe to her page deserve to be wedgies until they become airborne. But wait, that's not all, folks, because these super stupid simps went out of their way to create a GoFundMe for Sophie Rain so that her net worth could reach $100 million. And it's already had $12,000 donated. You know what I could do with $12,000? Buy 120,000 McNuggets. And now she's starting some weak ass project called the Bop House or something. My nigga, fuck a Bop House. My sister would get bopped upside her head if she ever got caught doing some shit like this. And this is a little bit off topic, but the way in which some of these treaches promote their OnlyFans has to be some of the most dishonorable and perverted gestures I've ever witnessed. Just take a look for yourself.
And I guarantee you a man watched this video and knows where this is and went to go get those. I guarantee you he went to go look for them.
If I ever go to reach for a donut or something and I see somebody's crusty ass, pungent ass underwear, I'm turning that grocery store into the Royal Rumble. Now, I'm not a baker or anything, but I'm pretty sure that's not the type of yeast that's supposed to be in bread. I guess these women have never heard of a digital footprint either, because I remember seeing a clip about another OF demon whose family found out about her freaky films, and she had the nerve to blame everybody around her. Could you imagine just going on the timeline and seeing your cousin getting knocked down like a game of Jenga? Man, I'd never touch my phone again in my life. But in all seriousness, society is collapsing like a 5th grader science project, and I have about as much hope in the future as I do in GTA 6 coming out. Can we also talk about this recent scenario in which a singular woman is trying to get 1,000 men to fold her like Sunday laundry and turn her guts into sloppy joe? Now, when I first seen this headline, I thought it was a glitch in the Matrix, because there's no way someone could fabricate such a sacrilegious act. What has to go wrong in your life for you to concoct this type of scheme? Now, apparently she watered down her original proposition and slept with only 101 Dalmatians. 101 men. I probably didn't even talk to 100 different people this past year, and she's letting that many people vandalize her intestines. This has to be considered a form of self-harm, bro. And once again, this woman's in her early 20s. This shit is sad, bro. And I've been seeing people saying that we should feel bad for her and that we should pray for her and all types of gobbledygook. Nobody told her to do this. She wasn't prescribed this by her doctor to improve her blood pressure or anything. This is something that she manufactured in that vacant noggin of hers. Niggas have been trying to say that she's empowering women and shit like that. If getting your back blown out is empowering, then Ruby Rose is a fucking pharaoh. Since when was having sex an extreme sport? Not to mention the clip of her that's going around showing her crying after her decision because she felt robotic and wouldn't recommend it. Well, ain't that some shit? I was just planning on sleeping with 101 guys next Monday as my next business venture, but now I gotta scrap that idea.
I don't know if that's accurate, but from what I remember, because I watched the video off camera, she was basically saying like she was crying because she couldn't give each guy like a good time. Like she promised like 5 minutes or something for each guy, or 2 minutes or something, and some dudes only got like a pump in or something. I don't know, but the whole concept is crazy. Like the whole concept is crazy. Like I understand we all have a past. I understand like people enjoy, getting down or whatever, but 100 men in one day, like, come on, bro.
I just won't even go about applying for one of those spots anyway. Like, if she set up a page on Indeed or something, or niggas just lined up outside a room waiting for their turn? Imagine being number 77 and having to wait all that time just to last about as long as a king batch vine. And apparently she was giving every nigga 5 minutes per session. I know that room smells like mildew, sweat, and gone.
I watched the video. They didn't get 5 minutes. Most guys got like 2 minutes or less. And a lot of guys were pissed off they didn't get their 5 minutes. But I mean, like, let's be serious for a second. She's sleeping with 100 men in one day. There's no way you're getting 5 minutes. And the fact that you even want, like, bro, imagine going into something after, like, imagine if your number, like, any number later than 5. Like, even 5 is crazy. But, like, bro, it probably ain't even. Never mind. Let's get back to the video.
I know she's probably
I was about to start saying too much. Never mind.
Them STIs putting up Jokic numbers on her ass, bro. Her insides are gonna be looking like a bottle of Elmer's glue. Every single day that I wake up, I find myself siding with Thanos more and more often. I'm disgusted that I have to share the same oxygen as some of you sleazeballs. And even after her bawling her eyes out and pretty much regretting her actions, she still plans to take on 100 niggas in February of this year. She gonna be in that bitch looking like Joey Chestnut with the amount of wiener she's gonna be taking, bro. Her guts are about to be the ultimate mixing pot. Imagine if she goes on to have children one day. That little nigga can never show his face in public. He gonna be getting clowned in class every day because his mom.
And see, that's the thing a lot of these people don't realize, like on the internet. Like, you're gonna want to get married one day, you're gonna want to have kids one day, and it's like, it's gonna be hard for men to take you seriously. And if you find one that does, which normally there is one that will, you gotta think about your kids. Like, imagine you going to school and people pulling up your mom saying that she took 100 guys and she's all on the internet getting like ran through. Like, bro, that's like, oh god, bro, that's self-deletion worthy at that point.
wanted to be Gen Z Genghis Khan. But hopefully she can come to her senses and defeat those horny demons, because I don't see anything good coming out of this circumstance. This is why I'll forever choose a gay son over a thought daughter, because I'd be damned if I raised my daughter for all these years just for her to get ran through more than a sprinkler. To Miss Lily Phillips, Santa Claus has 3 words for you. Ho ho ho. Now we gotta talk about Ruby Rose's #1 fan. Now you may or may not remember this dastardly story, but around December in 2023, there was a Hall of Fame incel who went viral for being labeled as Ruby Rose's #1 fan. He apparently blew over 62,000 on her OnlyFans and even got her face tatted on his body. Now this fake ass Hagrid came out and tried to deny everything and claim the entire situation was fake and what have you, but just like Ruby Rose's OnlyFans, I ain't buying it. I personally think that he's just trying to save his ass. I mean, look at him. This nigga's built like a collection of pudding. But even if this story isn't real, the fact that it's believable is just as...
And Ruby Rose was giving it up to little TJ, and I can almost promise you little TJ didn't spend 62 racks on her. Anyway,
condemnatory. And just look at some of the messages this jerk dumpling was sending. I will send you 10 Bitcoin right now if you answer me. That is worth almost $400,000. All you have to do is respond to me with 1 word, Ruby. Please, I need your attention. I need to make sure that my kitten is safe.
What kind of shot is that? Have you ever shot that shot? Do you work on that shot?
Bro, it's crazy because, like, I know I keep pausing it, bro, but I just want to say what's on my mind, bro. I'm giving y'all the real thoughts, right? Like, as if y'all was sitting here with me, like I'm talking to y'all, right? What's really crazy is you could literally get up, go to the gym, work on yourself. That guy could go get a hair transplant. There's a lot he could do with that money to go make himself appealing and invest in something that's going to make him more attractive and working on himself, that he will be able to get a woman's attention without spending all of that money. Like, it's actually crazy. Like, you would save a whole lot more money and dignity doing it the organic way.
It's really crazy to see how people constantly put these bops on a pedestal. I remember a couple years back, there was a dude who paid $10K to meet a girl
I remember this
on OnlyFans just to get a fucking hug. If I pay $10K for a hug, that motherfucker better grant me eternal happiness or something, bro. And to add into the injury, she had a boyfriend the entire time. It's really sad to see what can happen to people who let their...
And I'm pretty sure there was a video of her performing certain acts on her boyfriend out there when they were out there in the canyon thing. Like, I'm pretty sure she was doing certain things to him, if I remember correctly.
Consume them. I genuinely want to know what goes through the heads of some of these nincompoops, bro. Don't get me wrong, we've all seen some beautiful women online before, but you can't get caught up in that because there are some beautiful women in real life. Nowadays, people are praising gooning and other corrupt actions, but never let yourself fall down that rabbit hole. Don't let lust dismantle your life or you'll end up like EDP. Love you. But I think that's gonna wrap everything up for this video, man. Comment down below the most down bad occurrence that you've ever seen, or possibly that you've ever done. Like, subscribe if you're new, join the family. We going crazy. First upload of the new year, man. 2025 takeover is in full effect, baby.
Bro, that's a heck of a video, bro. Grimy, you just earned a subscriber, bro. I'm not gonna lie. I'm definitely gonna be watching more of your videos probably in the future. And I'm gonna leave a like. And I'm gonna just say it how it is, bro. I'm gonna just say it how it is. Like, the worst thing in the world is simp/incels. That's the reason that a lot of men are going through what they're going through, because a lot of women egos are inflated because of these guys giving them all this money and all of these things, to the point where whenever they deal with regular guys with self-respect, they don't know how to act. And a lot of you simps and guys who are paying all this money to these women, you're losing out to the guys who aren't doing nearly as much as what you're doing. Like, I've literally had situations where I've been with a girl and me and her were just hanging out, chilling. Like, I spent zero money on this woman and she was turning down, I put this on my life, God strike me down the line, she turned down a guy that was actually trying to take her out and spend money on her, to spend time with me. And that's not a flex, but it's just saying, like, when a woman really likes you, you really don't have to do that much. Anytime you have to come out of your pocket like that, that's just that woman does not like you. And to be real, she'll probably never like you until you do something about yourself. But yeah, that's it for this video. See y'all in the next one. Peace.